How many workers are in the union compared to the total labor force in terms of percentages?
If you make some average of the Brazil workers, we have 500,000 in total workers in Brazil of IT professionals. We had in São Paulo State around 100,000.
And how many of these people are your members?
40,000.
40,000. And that doesn't include the people that work informally?
No, just formally.
Okay. So IT workers are really highly educated,
Yes.
and they work in the knowledge industry. So what value does workers' unions such as yours and collective bargaining offer to them? What's the value for the workers?
It's so important because, as you know, you have to make the same organization for the marketing. When you pay for this kind of worker in this enterprise or this company, it's the same for that company. And in Brazil, we have a special rules in order to contract and have some how were they used for this? How you stay in the company during the time? Okay, then you have to. You don't have a special items for the IT workers. Then when the union make it, special things for. I will give you a good example. Every work in Brazil works 44 hours a week. In our bargain, 40 hours a week. We reduce.
So you reduce the total working hours per week.
And we don't have a law that get the order to the companies to increase the salary. Then you need to the union in order to bargain, to negotiate this. And this is what happened this year. The companies or the enterprises wants to pay just the inflation. And we know that they earn a lot of money last year, and we will learn a lot of money this year. And then they can pay more. And then when you make some rules to them, like tickets for lunch or minimum salary for some occupations, like a programmer, analyzer, or something like that, or the salary, then you make some equal rules for the marketing. Because if you don't do this, in our opinion, what happens, the informal workers get space in the marketing, and they pay less salary than the market needs. Who will be earned only is the companies, not the workers.
So the reason why the CEPROSP is not accepting your other requests is because they already passed the law for 40 hours a week.
Yes, they use this argument, but this is in our last agreement. We signed the agreement last year, in January 2010, but now it's a new agreement. And they said, oh, sorry, but we gave this for you last year, now we can pay more than this. But I really know that they can. And you know more than me, because you know how is the marketing, how is the form that they will earn a lot of money this year, or how the budget of this company, what they think in order to invest in order to buy a new companies or join companies. The money that involved this is too big. And who made this money for the companies, the workers?
So, but the union believes that that IT workers should get more pay, but you do accept that companies may be doing well now, but they may not be doing so well in future, and some are doing very well and some are not doing so well. So don't you think that the decisions should be made based on company success individually and not across the board?
No, I don't believe it. I believe it for everybody, just it. You have to make a marketing. And the price of salary in Brazil is too small in comparison with the other companies. Even this moment that the real is overvalued, it's correct this? Even this month, when you compare with the salary, the same professional in other countries, they earn a lot of more money than Brazilians. And we work as the same thing that they do outside or abroad. And we need to pay more for our workers. This is what we think. When they start to pay small salaries or not good salaries, we have some troubles for the people.
Sure. So, but don't you, speaking of what's happening abroad, don't you fear that what you're doing at the moment would damage the reputation of the Brazilian IT industry? Don't you think that possible investors, people that may be wanting to do business with Brazilian companies, will go away because they see that the workforce is very unionized?
Oh, maybe, but I believe the inverse of this, because I have some agreement with the international companies that stay here in Brazil, directly with the union, not under the common bargain with this CEPROSP union, okay? And then some companies, Indian companies or American companies, come into my office, we'd like to have a negotiation direct with you, Sindpd and the company, because they have to protect his workers, their work, sorry, in order to pay what they value.
Right. So the union is asking for increases in pay according to growth, but will you accept pay decreases in case their businesses go downhill?
Depends. Let's waiting for this. We had the last year, the GDP of 2009 was zero in Brazil. Okay, and we have, in spite we have a zero GDP, we have a good growing in the IT sectors. Then we expect, when you have a very good relationship, for very good benefits for the workers, and then we have a crisis, okay, let's discuss it, no problem. We did this in the past. If some company have some trouble, we have discussion what happened with that company, what we can together, workers and company and the trade union movement, in order to save the jobs, no problem. But we have to have, in the moment that they growing, we have to share the earnings.
Sure. So I heard that some companies have been trying to boycott your actions. So can you comment a bit on that? What's been happening? Have the companies really made things difficult for you in the past?
It's natural, no? It's natural. It's a reaction, action. When you make some action, you receive some reaction. But no problem. Depends on the workers. If the workers wants to do, they do. How we know this pressures or this boycott? The workers write to us. You can enter in our website and see the comments. And they said, please come here. They try to do this one. They make some barbecue in order to, at the same time that the meeting, because they don't want that we go to the meeting. No problem. This is normal.
Right. But do you think there is a future for the union in a very fast-moving, globalized kind of world? staff can just go anywhere in the world. They can take their expertise abroad if they want to. So do you think that a union is very 20th century?
Yes, I think that we represent this new trade union movement. They use a lot of websites, Twitter, Facebook, everything, social networks in order to inform the workers. The problem is that Brazilian is one of the features countries in order to invest in everything, as you know. Next 10 years, the companies said us in some report that if they don't invest now in formation of workers, school and specific tools, we have some deficit around 500,000 workers.
Right.
Then we know that how many important we be in this time. It's important to be organized. We don't have a regulation about our profession. Anyone can enter to work in this profession. Then now we start to have in Brazil university or courses or graduation for in order to form people who works in data process or IT workers or IT companies. But they don't give this special formation, or I think that like a certification for Microsoft, SAP, or Oracle, something like that. You don't get this in university. You have to have this outside university. So close the company's business, not the general information that what university or some course gave to you.
Right. So having said that, shouldn't you focus more on skills instead of pay?
Yes. But you have to make the basis, no? The general information like a math or physics or something like that in order to give you the basement, in order to learn other things.